now Caleb, the next one I'm going to look at is, I want you to think about and reflect back. Did you include few or no details from the text? That you included some of the important details from the text? That you included many details from the text? Or that you included the most important details from the text? Okay, were you able to refer to all the characters by their specific name or by, who it talked about? Were you able to refer to many of the characters, or were you able to refer to only one or two characters, or just using he, she, you weren't able to say any of the names? Alright, Caleb, we're going to stop right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a different color, and I'm going to shade where I feel, if I was grading this, on where you would be, okay? So that way then we can look at where are the similarities and where are the differences. So I'm going to look at my notes that I took regarding your retell. Okay, so it looks like, Caleb, you look back, which one, were there any that we agreed completely? Yeah, and can you read what that one says?
Tell some of the event or key facts with
Inconsistent
sequence.
Right, okay, so both of us felt that you were able to tell some of the events with inconsistent sequence. Why do you think we both marked that?
Because I forgot most of the important sheet. Because I forgot most of them.
Okay, were you able to when you retold it, were you able to retell it from the beginning to the end without going back and fixing any part? Okay, so there was some of it you were able to tell from the beginning to the middle to the end, but there wasn't a lot that you were able to really do without going back. So that's why we both were able to mark there, but you told more than one or two events, which is why you weren't marked down there. Okay, now the next one was talking about many important details from the text. You said that you included many important details from the text. I said that you included some of the details from the text. Why do you think we're different there?
Well, actually there I was thinking that it could be somewhere in the middle.
Oh, you were thinking it could be somewhere in the middle. Okay, so then we could kind of agree that it's somewhere in the middle versus many versus some. That's kind of a hard word, isn't it? To know how many is some versus how many is many. Like if we look down here, it says no details from the text, or very few. And I said some because there were a few, you had some details that you were able to talk about going to having a party, but there was going to be about 20 people with the prompts, that you were listing things that she wanted for her birthday, that Molly wanted. And at the end, that her mother gave her a smile and a hug for what she wanted. So that's why I said that there were some of the important details from the text versus many. Okay, let's look down here now. You said that you felt like you only could refer to one or two characters by their name or label, and I said that you were able to refer to many. And so this one, you graded yourself harder than what I graded you on.
And also in there, I thought it would be in the middle.
Okay.
So I started to think, should I put it before or after?
Okay. So you had mentioned right away at the beginning that there was really only one name that was listed, and that was Molly's name, and you knew that. So that's why I really thought, oh, he's somewhere here. And then you said, well, there was mother, and there was brother, and that there was going to also be cousins that were coming. One thing that you didn't talk about was that her best friend was going to be there, her neighbor was coming, and even her grandparents. And so I was looking for a couple more of those before I could have felt like I could move you over here where it says refers to all the characters. Even though those were not the most important characters, we still wanted to see if you could list those. So that's why I moved you to a 3 versus a 4. Okay? So looking at this information here, what's something that you want to work on next time when you're working on your comprehension with retelling? The first one, that you want to be able to tell more of the events in sequence, so right in order. I think that's a great goal. So Caleb, we're going to list that right here, that Caleb wants to work on. Telling more events in sequence. All right, so we're going to keep working on that. So as you're thinking about the comprehension piece within CAFE, I want you to be thinking about which of those strategies will help you as you're reading to tell more events in sequence when you're retelling. Okay? All right, you may go back to your seat. Thank you very much.